Karnak makes a friend. Lockjaw gets some help. Gorgon expands his family. And the Queen of Adelan is going after her man. Confused? Of course you're not, because they pretty much spell everything right out for you. It's Inhumans, Episode 4, Make Way for Medusa. Hey everyone, D here, and welcome to this week's review of Inhumans. So yes, there are spoilers ahead, and yes, I am in a fancy suit. Thank you very much. I look good dressed up, don't I? Yeah, it was my nephew's wedding tonight, so congratulations, Justin and Hannah. And so I pretty much ran from there straight home to watch the show and right over here to do the review. So it's late, I'm a little tired, I'm not going to try and go that long, there's not really a whole lot to cover here, but did make a nice breakthrough tonight. You know, the dialogue really bothers me, and I've been really trying to figure out what is it specifically that makes it suck so bad, that makes it honestly painful to watch at times. There's some nice pretty pictures that are painted occasionally, but the minute mouths open up, everything falls apart. And this is what. I think I finally figured it out. It's because everything's flat. It is basic, straightforward exposition dialogue. Everything is told and nothing is shown. And it's all done extremely quickly. It's like every scene, every point, they're trying to get from point A to point B as quickly as they can. So they cover that with the most basic, straightforward dialogue that you can have. I mean, let me give you a couple of examples here. When we have Dr. Declan introduced to us, nice, I love Henry and Cusick, but his discussion with Black Bolt, it's like, we get a little genetic little blood test, they change clothes, come back, and already, not only he's done a full genetic workup of everything, of his whole gene system, plus an MRI where he's been able to connect that there's a strong connection between the cerebrum and the temporal lobe, and that must be accelerating and giving that strong power to your voice. No discussion of the vocal centers of the brain or to the vocal cords. He's just talking about two random connections of the brain. Okay, no specifics there. But even with that scene, he's already figured out what the power is. Now, he could have seen that from the news footage, of course. I mean, I get that he already has an idea of what Black Bolt's powers are there. But it's really more of the idea of having completely figured out of what his genome is and telling him this, and how strong his voice must be, and how much damage that it could potentially do, and how he could potentially kill anyone around him. I mean, in one small sequence of sentences, they have summed up everything you need to know about Black Bolt in a completely nonsensical way. And then they do even more ridiculous stuff and this is like the weird science twist that they do. Like I said, it's bad enough between the temporal lobe and the cerebrum that somehow affects the vocal cords with no other real definition there. But when he's talking to Max later on, and yes, he's working for Maximus, you can notice that the moment he pulled out the communicator, that was an Inhuman communicator. But I don't think that he does know that he's working for Maximus up on Adelan. He's calling him Max. He seems to be having a discussion. There seems to be some sort of research on Inhumans that Declan is doing here. And then Maximus is posing as some sort of investor or something. He does a lot of traveling for somebody without much discussion of how he's doing that back and forth and traveling and getting those connections. But the other statement that he made right there when he was talking about why you can't kill Black Bolt. Again, let's throw in a completely ridiculous reason of why you've got to try and keep this character alive longer. Was because if you kill him, because no, cellular structure changes immediately upon death, especially the nucleus. We're talking DNA, and no, DNA does not change at death. That's what DNA testing's for. That's the whole thing around forensics DNA testing. That's the whole thing that is historical gene testing, how they're finding genes of ancient animals and can possibly bring back like mammoths because genes don't change on death. They just lie to the audience right there for no reason at all to give a stupid excuse of why they have to keep Black Bolt alive. Let's make this connection but not do it. You could just send, he knows where he is, so they could just send our little evil trope of minions out there, which is just ridiculous to watch them wandering around through the fucking underbrush. I mean, it's pretty. That is one of the big things that's nice about the show. The outside shots of Hawaii, they are pretty. They are gorgeous. It's wonderful seeing all of that greenery. They're shot with Gorgon and his little troop of Hawaiian buddies. I don't know what the type of tree they are, but it's the one that had all of the roots coming down. It was a big open field. It was like mangrove trees, but on land. Beautiful shots. Wonderful bits right there. But even then we have ridiculous dialogue. How is Gorgon connected so strongly with these people after like a day? Maybe it's been 2 days. But already he's your family, and I don't know why they're carrying around Lucky. I guess you can't just leave him behind. They can't go back for him. But they're dragging Lucky's body around. And now he's all concerned because he's made this huge connection in with people, with these new strangers that were just fighting for him, but he can't let them die, so he has to go off alone and do it. I mean, again, that whole string of dialogue, it was stupid. It was so straightforward. It just said, hi, this is Gorgon. This is who I am. This is what I do. This is how I need to get to the next scene, and then moved on. It's that type of dialogue which is so incredibly frustrating. There is no subtlety to it. There is no time taken to develop these stories. Every scene, every dialogue is moving as quickly as possible to get from point A to point B, because it's got this whole other laundry list of stuff that they need to get to, as opposed to really investing and making a story intriguing that draws us in. Of course, the main theme for this episode, outside of Medusa is tough, is let's all trust humans, because humans are A-okay. We already started this. I've already talked about it. But this is like, let's overcome our prejudice of humans. Why you have a prejudice of humans? Because you live on the moon. I don't know, because they're different. I mean, that just seems silly. The whole thing that goes on with Maximus, on him trying to become Inhuman, and that whole path with the genetic council. I mean, to me, Maximus just sounds batty. He's just losing it. Why he is king and then needs to go get permission from the genetic council to do something he is already on the side doing research for. You don't need to do it. Just go in, do it, Genesis yourself. Boom, hey, I got new powers. Hey, you said stuff takes the time to come out sometimes. So maybe it's been a few years. But there's this constant reinforcement of that he is just human, and there's a problem with that. It's like a forced separation, so that you can have the story of the rest of the royal family on Earth. Everybody's got a friend. Everybody instantly met a friend. Even Crystal shows up 2 seconds later. There's a cute guy willing to help her out, who's got a friend or ex-girlfriend who happens to be a vet. Amazing! And of course we get the whole story with Louise, how her dad wanted to go to the moon, and so she's developed this whole thing. I mean, you know, in some sense you have to have some connections in with characters, so you've got some similar backstories. I get that. But everything is so perfectly spelled out. I mean, we do have, you know, Black Bolt trying to trust Declan there, and of course he's got his little Hawaiian Inhuman buddy there, who is way cool. But they suspect that there could be a problem, and they reach in, and the first thing that pulled out, oh my God, it's poison and a syringe. They must be trying to kill us. Now, yeah, it does look like they're prisoners. I'm not faulting them for that. But that whole type of transition, how everything is just really just hand delivered and wrapped up, is boring. And then again, the dialogue is it. We'll go back to the whole Crystal thing. With her new guy, and the vet shows up, and we get a very straightforward, obvious, ex-girlfriend, ex-boyfriend, they've got problems. Oh, and princess is being a princess and expecting everything. That's the other thing. They're always expecting everything to be instantly hand-delivered to them. There is no thank you. What, there's no politeness on the moon? Adelan, you don't say thank you. There's no appreciation. There's no compassion for other people around you. Yes, we need to learn that humans are okay, but it's like, here's your person, here's your conflict, and let's rote that up. I'm not even going to get into the discussion between Medusa and Louise in the hotel. That was just freaking painful. I'm glad they turned out to be friends. I don't know where Medusa was going, wandering around with a computer, considering they were just in a car. She can't wait 2 seconds for Louise to come out. No, because we need to reinforce this need of supporting humans. It's just, oh man, I can't. I'm going to keep watching the show, but it hurts in my heart, in my brain. No, I mean, I'm glad that Karnak, though, at least now can get a girlfriend now that his logic button is broken. It's like, yeah, the powers get in the way. You notice that? There's not much use of powers at any point here because they're inconvenient, they're troublesome to deal with. So now, I mean, perfectly illustrated, now that Karnak's, logic has been taken away, now he can actually enjoy a girlfriend. He can actually enjoy those moments. It's nice. It's always good to step away from yourself. But then you're saying these things that make you who you are, they're inhibiting you. And I'm not really sure if that's necessarily the best way to go forward either. All right, just a couple of small little points. One, Karnak on the weed farm, there's a lot of hilarious moments for that. I did like his appreciation upon seeing the ocean. The ocean's a very powerful thing. If you've never actually seen the ocean, when you walk up to it, yeah, it is strong, it's breathtaking. So I did like that moment. I want to tell you things that I like. But the other thing about that is, those were some seriously large buds on those weed plants. Those were massive, and this is network television. I was just impressed. This is how we've come in the world, is that now on a network TV show, we can have one of the heroes picking huge, giant buds off of a weed plant. That's where we've come, folks. Crystal's statement to her new guy, I've never been touched by a human before. Of course not, you live on the moon! But then again, wait a minute. Hasn't Maximus touched her a couple of times, just grabbed even by the shoulder, moving around? Because they keep pointing out how human he is, so maybe she's never been touched by an earthling human before. Isn't it convenient that there's always a police car there when you run that red light? See, that's pushing things. It's the same thing of leaving the rocket ship. Your prized rocket ship that your father's ashes are in, and just laying there on the couch in the hotel room, that you conveniently forget, so that Medusa has to run back and you can have that moment. I don't believe that at all. Oh, and I guess that's the last we've seen of Black Bolt's wine buddy. Just told him to run, and then he got in the car with Medusa and stuff. It's nice seeing them back together. That was a nice moment. I'm not going to deny that. But yeah, I hope we see him again. I kind of like that guy. Oh yeah, and what is exile on Adelan? Did they send you to Earth? Or put you down in the caverns, lowest level of the mines maybe? Or is that just a euphemism for killing you? Sorry, we have to exile them. Sorry about exiling your parents. And that was another scene that was just annoying. You could have seen a trial, could have seen a whole backup, there could have been some development, but no, it was just young Crystal and Medusa going up to the old king, and they're like, your parents betrayed you, so we had to exile them. And then the runaway. Oh no, I'm hurt. Alright, so I think that's going to wrap things up. I got nothing else. It's late. But there is one important thing that I want to hit on. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., we have a return date. December 1st, Friday, December 1st, 8 p.m. 2-hour premiere. It will continue at 9 p.m. after that, and we'll probably get a couple more episodes before the break for Christmas. So, but really excited about that. There was a little discussion. There was like 20 minutes. The first 20 minutes of it was shown at New York Comic Con. Really, I've read some summation of it. It's awesome. It's definitely in space. They're doing the whole pod thing. We've got Kree. We've got a new Kree monolith. We've got some other aliens. It sounds so freaking cool. So yeah, cannot wait. I'll let you guys know some more information as time goes on. So, Inhumans will end on the 10th, I believe, and they will break, and then we are going to have Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. back Friday, December 1st, 8 p.m., 2-hour premiere, and then we'll be going back to its regular 9 p.m. slot right after that. So, cannot wait for Coulson and company to come back. But if you did like this review, you know what you can do? Go ahead and hit that like button. Thoughts, ideas, comments, throw those down in the section below. And again, please, if you don't agree with me, I don't mind that. You don't have to agree with me. But let me know why. I want to know what you guys think. I want to get some dialogue going on here. Black Bolt and Inhuman, I don't know. We're going to go 3 for 3. Do I get a new asshole comment after this? Can't wait to see that. Anyway, you could elaborate if you wanted to. Anyway, you can always catch me on Twitter and Instagram. I am at Darren Jakes. Please subscribe if you are not. Catch this review and all the other stuff we have going on. Quick, easy, hit this button right here. And I will throw up 2 of our latest reviews, The Return of Mr. Robot and Fear the Walking Dead. Dirk Gently is tomorrow night. Hope you guys catch that. I'm going to be out because it's late. I'm D. I'll see you guys later. Take it easy. Bye-bye.